Hello, can you hear me now? Sorry about the delay getting started. Some connection problems every time I start up. So I've had to turn my camera off. And does anybody know anything about history? And does anybody recognize the person on the screen here? And can anybody say anything about them? We can read a bit more later. Does anybody have anything to say about this person? Who can identify the person on the screen? So, I'm waiting for people to join in. Hello there. Hi, I see one. Welcome. Ayobi, are you there? Hello. Cristiano, hi. Hello there.
Hello, teacher.
Hello. So, do you know who is on the screen here? Can you see the picture?
Is that an Indian person?
An Indian person, yes. Although, actually, I could say he's an international person because he spent time in many different places. So, South Africa, the United Kingdom, and other places outside India. Do you know his name?
No, I don't.
Does anybody know his name?
He's Gandhi.
Gandhi, yes, he's Gandhi, isn't he?
Gandhi.
Yes, he is. He's Gandhi. So, can anybody speak about Gandhi and tell me anything they know about him? Well, that's a difficult question, isn't it? So let's read about him then. If we don't remember too much about Gandhi, we can read about Gandhi now.
I have seen the movie of Gandhi many years ago, I remember.
I was very impressed by that movie. What can you remember about the movie?
He was a lawyer when he was young in England. He was studying in England for the university, and then he came back to his country, to India, and then he faced the problem of India. I mean, the problem of government, of English government, and then he decided to come back to fight in a peaceful way with the English government. At the end, he won the battle. He started.
Yeah, and so did you think it was a great film?
Yeah. I remember he started a war with a war of assault. I remember this thing.
I was particularly impressed by Ben Kingsley. Ben Kingsley's...
Ben Kingsley, exactly.
Yeah, because I just couldn't believe it, actually. I just thought, he is Gandhi.
Yes, he looked like very similar to Gandhi.
Yeah, but then I always thought that Ben Kingsley was British because or English, and I think he has a passport and he was born in this country. But when I looked later, I saw that he was the right man because he has some parents and some one of his family lines goes back to India, and he has Indian blood, and so he was a good choice for playing Gandhi in the film.
Yes, the movie is very nice, and the movie won many Oscar, many prizes. I remember about 20 years ago. This movie.
Yeah, I haven't seen it for a long time, but I might watch it again because sometimes when you haven't seen a movie for a long time, then you can watch it again, and it's great again to see.
I have seen recently for my children, to explain who was Gandhi.
And he also went to South Africa, I remember. Did you see that in the film?
I don't remember if he went to the South Africa. Maybe in Johannesburg. Yeah, maybe he went there.
I wouldn't say he was there for most of his life, but he was there for some time, yes. Let's see if we can read about him then.
Okay.
And, okay, so now there's my screen, and, yeah, somehow the screen is not sharing so well for some reason now. I'll try again. Today I've noticed a few problems with the screen.
Even last night we had a problem with the airplane.
Yes, it's a bit flaky sometimes, isn't it? Sometimes I'm lucky and sometimes I'm not. You know, one of the things I have to be careful of when I change lessons is typing the name quickly, and it's actually interesting to note the spelling, and I think there's a mistake there, look. So I have to change that later because there's a spelling mistake there. The whole spelling of his name is mixed up there, so that, sorry, is not right. So I'll have to correct that. So which is the correct spelling?
Mahatma.
Is Mahatma correct? I think that looks okay. In the text we can see the correct spelling. I think this I think is the correct spelling. Gandhi. So
you want the spelling?
The spelling, yes, I think there's a spelling mistake there, because, or let's call it a typing mistake, because sometimes, well, it's definitely not GH. It's Gandhi. HI, I think, like this. So, sorry, Mahatma, and we'll correct that soon. Carlos, are you on the mic there at the end? Next to the orange frog, I see Carlos. Are you there, Carlos?
Yes.
So, but I think that was the orange frog answering. Cristiano, was that? Okay, Cristiano, if you're loud enough, I'd like you to read paragraph 1, please.
Known as Mahatma, great soul, Gandhi was the leader of the Indian nationalist movement against British rule, and is widely considered the father of his country. His doctrine of non-violent protest to achieve political and social progress has been hugely influential.
Yeah, nice reading. So the next thing to do is try to describe one of those words without telling us which one, and then we will guess the word and speak about that word. So choose a word from here and don't tell us the word and just describe it to us.
Well, there is a noise.
Yeah, okay, I don't know where it's coming from.
I chose the word, and this word means someone who guide other people to a particular objective.
Ah, it's a very common word, I think, that we use a lot.
Yes, even in Italian, we don't have another Italian word to say in this way. We use the English word.
So, everybody, tell us the word. Which word is it? And maybe we can collocate this word to give other clues. There's a well-known joke in the English-speaking language about aliens coming from outer space, and they say, "Take me to your..."
Could you repeat the definition?
Maro, is your office busy there? If you're very noisy at the back there, just keep togging your mic on and off when there's a lot of noise, because there's some noise there.
I am alone in this room.
Oh, okay then. Sorry. Okay. Well, but whoever it is, just keep your fingers on your mic buttons when there's a bit of noise. So, can you give some more clues for this word, Cristiano?
Yes, it is used even to describe political person, political people that rule a party.
Yeah, simple word, everybody.
Okay.
Alice has got it. Alice has it, I think. Well, I think it's leader.
It's leader, yes.
Leader. Yes.
It is leader.
Market leader. Yes. So I was trying to. Sometimes I like to try this. I was just finishing the last lesson, and there was a word association exercise. So if I have a word, for example, I'm thinking of a word now, and I can write some words in the verbling chat, and then you have to guess which word it is that I'm thinking of. It goes with the words, so it forms word pairs with these two words. And also this.
Are you talking about eggs?
I'm talking about
Eggs.
collocating, not eggs, no, actually that would go with those two, but does it go with jelly? So it doesn't go with jelly, but so eggs goes with fried and poached,
Yes.
as my word does, but now I'm adding some more words. And I'm going to keep adding words until you guess my word. So look in the verbling chat and try to guess the word which pairs up with every one of these words. No ideas yet?
We have to guess a word for these sentences.
You have to guess one word which pairs up or makes word pairs with all of these words. So just as you thought egg is a good example because it works for the first two. So poached egg, fried egg is good for those two, but now egg is out.
Okay.
So another word. And this is good practice for English because it teaches you to think about words joining together. Because sometimes it's a mistake to learn English and concentrate on individual words. So try to get your mind thinking about words joining. So I'm looking for a simple word which we all know. I can guarantee you that everybody knows my word. It's a very simple word. All you need to do is associate in your mind these words I'm giving you to another word.
If you say it's simple, I get depressed.
Well, it's as simple as egg.
Simple.
So it's a very simple word that everybody knows. And I'll give you a... Did anybody call out an answer? All right, then I'm going to give some much easier clues now.
Fish.
Fish.
Fish. So can you check the other words that I gave you? Do they all make sense with fish? So go back to poached and fried. We've got jellyfish.
Jellyfishes, and yes.
We've got angelfish.
Angelfish.
That's a kind of fish. We've got fish fingers.
Fish fingers, what is it?
Fish fingers are fish prepared by making a kind of fish paste and then putting the fish into batter in the shape of a little long stick, which is called a finger. So it's a way of preparing fish in batter.
I see.
And fish paste, we have this, you buy fish and you can spread it with a knife, fish paste.
Anchovies.
Anchovies, yeah, it could be. Anchovies are very good in one of my favourite English sauces called Worcester sauce. Have you heard of Worcester sauce?
No, we don't use in Italy.
Well, Worcester sauce is something quite nice, but it's not the kind of sauce you put on pasta. It's not the kind of sauce. It's the kind of sauce that goes into a soup.
I think we use it, the Worcester sauce, for make cocktail shrimp.
Yeah, that's right. It can be good for that too. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so we've got freshwater fish and chips, starfish, fish market, fish net, flying fish. Now, I'm going to do another one of those, but next time I will ask somebody to do it for me. So I will, after the next paragraph, I will give a word and ask everybody to type all of the associated words they can think of. So we will choose a word and do that. But now let's move on. Jose, are you on the mic there, Jose?
Okay.
Okay, can you take over for the second paragraph?
Okay. Mohandas Karchand Gandhi was born on 2nd October in 1970.
That's 18, actually, 1869. So he was 100 years before the moon landing, wasn't he? 1869.
1869. In Porbandar in Gujarat. After university, he went to London to train as a barrister.
Can I just say something about these two words before we get to the end? Because this word is often mispronounced. And I would like to tell everybody the vowel sounds to use in this word, London. So I have told you before that the way it's said incorrectly uses the vowel sounds of clock and two clock sounds like oh, London. That's not good. The first sound is ah, and the second sound is So the city name is London, like this, London. So London to train as a barrister. Okay, read on there.
London.
Jose, are you still there?
Okay,
Okay, so continue with the next sentence then.
He returned to India.
I'm going to interrupt you again if you don't mind. Sorry. Maybe I should let you get right the way through, but let me this time just tell you this word because it's interesting here. You see this word here? Can you say that again?
London.
And no, this one here.
He returned.
Yeah, but we don't do the id ending on this one. We say he returned. Returned.
He returned.
Earned. Like earned. He returned.
He returned. He returned.
Okay, so I'll let you read all of it through. Then I'll speak at the end. Okay, sorry.
He returned to India in 1891 and in 1893 accepted a job at an Indian law firm in Durban, South Africa. Gandhi was appalled by the treatment of Indian immigrants there and joined the struggle to obtain basic rights for them. During his 20 years in South Africa, he was sent to prison many times, influenced primarily by Hinduism but also by elements of Jainism and Christianity, and well as writers include Tolstoy and Thoreau. Gandhi developed the Satyagraha, devotion to truth, a new non-violent way to redress wrongs. In 1914, the South Africa government conceded to many of Gandhi's demands.
Yeah, great. Okay, let me speak about that. So, very interesting and some strange words which we might not know. So I'm not sure about this one, for example. I don't know Jainism or Jainism, what that is. So it's a religion. Christianity, of course, is a big religion. Hinduism. So I will read it now so that its sound is recorded on the conference, and then the conference link can be added to this page later when we're finished, and then maybe you can hear it. So he went to London to train as a barrister. He returned to India in 1891, and in 1893 accepted, that word accepted, that was good, that was the one that you got the right sound, the accepted a job at an Indian law firm in Durban, South Africa. Gandhi was appalled by the treatment of Indian immigrants there and joined the struggle to obtain basic rights for them. During his 20 years in South Africa, he was sent to prison many times, influenced primarily by Hinduism, but also by elements of Jainism and Christianity, as well as writers including Tolstoy and Thoreau. Maybe that's Thoreau, I don't know, because it's probably not TH with a name like that, so it's probably Thoreau. And Gandhi developed the Satyagraha, which means devotion to truth, a new non-violent way to redress wrongs, to put right, to redress wrongs. In 1914, the South African government conceded to many of Gandhi's demands. Good. So choose a word and start describing it to us, and we will try to guess the word that you're talking about.
Sir,
Yes, Khalid?
it means the word which we don't know what does it mean. That's
Well,
what you
first
want
of
to
all,
know.
I'm going to ask Jose to just think of one of those words that are interesting. But if he's going to describe a word and we will guess it. But if you see some words that you don't know the meaning, then ask about those too. Do you
Yes,
see
it's
any words that you don't understand?
yes, the word the struggle.
Struggle. It's a bit like a fight, but a struggle is something you have to work hard against because it's a bit of a problem and you need to work against it to solve it. So a struggle could be something like a fight, but a political struggle will involve all kinds of things, not just fighting, working, doing things to solve a problem. So a struggle is something which is difficult for you to do, something that you have to do to solve a problem, and it's the difficulty of it is the struggle.
Oh, okay.
So we have a
want-
struggle ahead. If we want to reach an advanced level in English, then we might have a struggle. But why do we have to struggle? We don't need to struggle. We can enjoy it and just practice. Then we're not struggling. So struggling is something which probably is difficult for us and not so enjoyable usually.
Okay, thanks.
Jose, have you found an interesting word there?
An interesting word.
Yeah, just choose one of the words that you read and just describe it to us, but don't tell us.
Okay. Sorry. By tradesman of Indian immigrants. He make a trade of the immigrants.
So we're looking for one word. Are you describing a particular word? One word here. I don't know which word.
Tradesman, tratado.
Treatment is your word. Okay, let me demonstrate here that what I'd like you to try to do next time. I'm going to choose one word from this paragraph, and I would like everybody to tell me what my word is. I'm going to do it as I did for fish. So I'm going to write some words in the verbaling chat. Camp, guard, officer.
Prison.
All of these words go with my word.
Prison.
Prison. Prison camp, prison guard, prison officer. That's right. Now, taking the word basic, which is also there, obtain basic rights for them, I would like everybody here to just give me word pairs with basic. So can you find any words that go with basic? Salary is an interesting word which goes with basic, and it's related to Mahatma Gandhi, salary, because where does the word salary come from? Does anybody know this word?
Yes, from the pay.
From the pay, I think.
Yes, from the work.
Roman period, I think, when the
Yes,
people
but
was
it's
paid.
connected to something, something like not pepper, but something else. Do you know the connection?
Money?
Salary is connected to salt.
Salt.
Yes, it's,
And yeah,
I mean salary during the Roman period. The people was paid with salt because salt was very important for the people. So I think
and didn't salt feature in Gandhi's struggles?
yes, so there were the war of salt because Indian people was working for extracting the salt from the sea.
Extracting.
And to have the salt, they had to pay for the English government. And Gandhi said, this thing is not correct. because the salt, we work the salt, and the salt is our. And he decided altogether to not pay more the English government for, and they started this particular war called the War of Salt, if I remember well the movie.
Yes, I remember that part of the movie, and actually I think that this was definitely unjust. It was not fair. But recently I was reading about the War of Independence, and this was also related to tax and tax situations. But in this case, I think that it wasn't such a lot of tax that was being paid in the colonies, but this tax on salt, I think, was outrageous. Who can write the word outrageous?
Outrageous?
Could you repeat, please?
This tax on salt,
Yes.
I think, was outrageous, whereas King James's tax on the colonies, which led to the War of Independence, that wasn't really so outrageous. The actual amount of tax that he was asking was not such a high percentage, even in today's terms, and it was even used to support the colonies. So I thought that that wasn't really outrageous, but this one was totally outrageous, I thought. Because it was just natural, and they should just be able to extract the salt and use the salt. So outrageous, who can write the word? Yes, it was an outrage, it was outrageous. Now I'm going to ask for one more word to be put into word pairs, and it can be either meaning. So this word can have different meanings. It can be a noun, like choo-choo train, travelling on the tracks, but in the text it's about learning, training, it's a verb.
Yeah.
So either way, how many words can you pair up with it? Word pairs, please, with train.
Train station.
Station, you've got 1-0 to you, 1-0. Good. Can anybody do equalise now?
Training.
Well, that's not a word pair with train. I want you to stick with the word train and pair up with it. So train station is 1.
Okay. Train.
Train driver.
Train driver, yeah, he's got it. 2-0. I think he's winning. So can we do another, or is that it? All with the noun, aren't they? Okay, that's it then. There aren't too many. Fish had a lot more. Fish had so many. So let's move on. And next one, where are we? Here we are, paragraph 3. So looking along with the line, I think we've got Mario. Are you able to read for us at the moment?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Okay, then your turn.
Okay. Gandhi returned to India shortly afterwards. In 1919, British plans to intern people suspected of sedition, the Rowlatt Act, prompted Gandhi to announce a new satyagraha, which attracted millions of followers. A demonstration against the act resulted in the Amritsar massacre by British troops. By 1920, Gandhi was a dominant figure in Indian politics. He transformed the Indian National Congress and his program of peaceful non-cooperative with the British included boycott of British goods and institutions leading to arrest of thousands.
Yeah, that was nice reading. there was one interesting word for me, the way you pronounced it, and that was demonstration, because demonstrate as a verb has a completely different sound to demon. You know, the demons, the devil, and it changes to demonstration. The demonstration, actually the stress is right down the end of the word, so demonstration, it's like right down the end of the word, stray, the demonstration. So can you find a nice word there, that another word there that you like? There are some nice ones, I think, some interesting ones. And choose one and then describe it for us.
Okay. I tried one. It's something that you can, if you want to bring something into a certain form, you can twist it. You can bring it into a special shape, for example. You can modify his.
Is it a verb?
Yeah.
Ah, yes. It might be that one which is the title of the Lou Reed album, except that's actually the noun form. I'm just looking at a verb which is about changing things. Can anybody make a guess about this word? I'm not sure I'm on the right track, but I think I know it. I see a verb there which is about change.
Yeah.
Anybody? Or shall I say? I'll say then. I think he transformed the Indian National Congress.
Yes, exactly.
Transformation, Transformer is the album I was thinking of. So, great, that was very nicely read. Let's move on then. Anybody, any other questions about that one before we move on? I like the word boycott. Does anybody know what boycott means?
Yeah.
So, can you describe that word, boycott? What does it mean?
Boycott is when you don't want to care about something, so you just ignore it.
Well, you deliberately ignore it for maybe some gain, like a blockade, a boycott. Yes. It can be a noun and it can be a verb. So here it's a noun, but it can be a verb as well. We boycotted them. Great. So moving on, we've got back to Mauro. Are you back on the mic there?
Yes.
Okay. So the next one is for you to read.
Yes. In 1922, Gandhi himself was sentenced to 6 years. Was sentenced to 6 years imprisonment.
Imprisonment.
He was released after 2 years with withdrew from politics.
Politics, yeah, that's got politics. It's the first stress. Politics.
Politics. Devoting himself to trying to improve Hindu-Muslim relations, which had worsened. In 1930, Gandhi proclaimed a new campaign.
That's proclaimed.
Proclaimed a new campaign of civil disobedience in protest at attacks on assault, leading thousands on a march to the sea to symbolically.
Yeah, that's it. Symbolically
make their own salt from seawater.
Yeah, so we're back to the topic that you were speaking about just now. 2 words, symbolically, just that was good, but the ending of those words needs to be dropped a bit. So it's like symbolically, like clee, not cali. And the other word, disobedience, we want the E sound. That's a So number 3, disobedience. So in 1922, Gandhi himself was sentenced to 6 years imprisonment. He was released after 2 years and withdrew from politics, devoting himself to trying to improve Hindu-Muslim relations, which had worsened. In 1930, Gandhi proclaimed a new campaign of civil disobedience in protest at a tax on salt, leading thousands on a march to the sea to symbolically make their own salt from seawater. So, a word from you, from the interesting paragraph about salt and the salt protest. So, can you see an interesting word there?
I have to tell you the words.
Yeah, don't tell us the word, just describe it and we will all guess it.
When you have a particular feeling with a person, and for example, a particular feeling with a religion, you are the verb to this thing. I don't know.
Is it a positive relationship or is it a negative one?
No, it's a positive. It's a positive.
Relations?
No, for example, when you are you believe in God or you believe in saints, you are to saints or to God.
Improve Hindu-Muslim relations.
Devoting?
Devoting, yes, that's correct.
And what would be the noun? You are a what?
The noun?
Yes, so devoting and devoted, hopelessly devoted to you. That's the noun. Sorry, that's the verb.
Yes, the verb.
But what is the noun?
Devator.
Devotion.
Devotion.
Devotion is one noun. That's the concept, the idea. But there's a noun for a person.
Devoter.
I am a... well, a devoter is probably a strange noun to understand. But there's a noun which is a bit like employer. There is an employer and the other person. What's them? What are they?
Devoto.
The employer gives a job and the person he gives a job to is the...
Okay, I can see.
Employee.
Employee, yeah.
So we've got a devotee.
Devotee.
Yes, that's you. I am a devotee of something. Yeah, that's a little bit unusual, but that's the word I was looking for. Then let's see if we've got an interesting word pair word here. Let's see. We need a simple word. So tax. Can we do tax? See, who won the last one? 2-0. And who was that? With the train driver, train station. Who was that?
Tax-free.
Tax-free. Okay, 1-0 to you. Tax-free.
Tax pay.
Tax pay. Pay tax maybe is probably
tax.
better. Yes.
Pay tax.
Taxpayer.
Yes.
Tax rate.
Tax paper.
Tax paper. Yeah, that's an interesting one. I don't get it straight away, but it does seem to sound like it's some kind of word. Tax paper. Tax form is probably a lot more common. A tax form.
Yeah, tax form is better.
Tax office.
Tax value.
Tax haven. Tax value. I'm not sure about that one. Maybe tax amount or amount of tax. Tax haven. Do you know this one?
Tax loopholes.
Tax loophole. Yes.
Tax advantage.
Yeah, that's good. We're doing well on this tax thing.
Because I pay a lot of tax, so I know it.
Tax advantage. Tax loophole. I'd like to pay more tax, but I'm changing everything around at the moment, and I don't pay so much at the moment. Now, what else have we got with tax? And that's it for tax. So we move down to the next paragraph. Seawater, symbolically. So in 1931 now, just a small one here, a short paragraph. Walid, are you there for us?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, great. So that's yours there in 1931.
Excuse me, I can't see because I have problem with my connection. Excuse me, sir.
Okay, I tried to cut and paste off the screen share. I've tried to do that before. It's like putting a kettle in the fridge.
Yes, okay.
Let me go back to get the real screen and do it, and then I can cut and paste it for you. There we go. You know you're having one of those days, don't you? When you try and cut and paste from a screen share, and then you go and make a cup of coffee, and you put your kettle in the fridge. So, Walid, can you see now?
Wait. No, not yet.
Oh dear.
Not
dear.
yet, yes.
I'll read it first then, and you can listen and then read it after me. So, in 1931, Gandhi attended the Round Table Conference in London as the sole representative of the Indian National Congress, but resigned from the party in 1934 in protest at its use of non-violence as a political expedient. He was replaced as leader by Jawaharlal Nehru. So, can you see the text now?
Yes, I see the text, yes.
Have a go at that.
In the chat. It's written in the chat, yes.
It's in the chat, and
Yes.
yeah, when you say chat, say it the English way, like ch, English, the chat.
In
So
the chat.
it's in the chat, and you can see it there in the verbally in chat, yes.
Yes.
Tax declaration, that's good, yes. Can you read it loud, Valid?
Yes, I can, yes. Can I start, mister?
Yeah, just start, that's right.
Yes. In 1931, Gandhi attended the Round Table Conference in London as the sole representative of the Indian National Congress.
Let me just stop you a minute, because I want to say something which is quite important in reading, but I understand why this mistake is made, because when you are reading in English, it's difficult to scan ahead, scan ahead in your mind when you don't know English as well as your own language. But what I'm trying to say is that there are noun phrases. We were speaking about them in the last lesson. Here, the Round Table Conference, that's a noun phrase. So we have to say all of the noun phrase together in one run. So
without
we have
stop.
to say the round. If we stop after round table, it sounds like King Arthur and his round table, and then you start conference in London. It gets confusing. So we have to keep it all together and say Gandhi attended the Round Table Conference. Those words have to go together, and then the listener knows it's a conference. But if we stop, he thinks it's a table or a group, the round table. So we have to do that there, Round Table Conference, and the Indian National Congress is again the same form. We need to do that. So get those noun phrases rolling in together.
Yes, okay. In 1831, Gandhi attended the Round Table Conference in London as the sole representative of the Indian National Congress, but resigned from the party in 1834 in protest at its use for non-violence as a political expedient.
Expedient.
Expedient. He was replaced as
That's
leader.
replaced with just a short, not an id, but replaced.
Replaced. He was replaced by as leader by Jawaharlal Jawaharlal
Yeah, okay.
Nehru. Jawaharlal Nehru.
However you
That's it,
say.
yes.
So yes, that word violence is interesting because you don't want to stress the O there, not so just violence. That there's some words have a super unstressed syllable. For example, comfortable, vegetable. Those words, there is a sound, an unstressed syllable, and it's better to just drop it completely out because it's impossible to completely drop it, but you want to drop it right out. So some people say comfortable has 4 syllables, da da da, but if you try to sound 3, comfortable, you automatically make a super unstressed syllable, comfortable. Violence, not violence, but violence, comfortable. Okay, so can you find a word there to describe? Have a look, Walid, and find a word that you can describe to us and we will guess it.
Yes, okay. I think political expedient. Political expedient, yes.
Expedient, yes, but I want you to find a word that you don't tell me. Choose a word that you are not going to announce because it's got to be kept secret. And then describe that word and we will all guess it.
Okay. Hey God, it's so difficult, you know.
The simple nouns are easier, so I'm looking for one. There is a very simple noun there, 1 or 2.
Yes, you can.
But you can choose any word.
I choose a leader.
Ah, but you told us that's the wrong thing. That's the wrong move. You need to tell us afterwards or just describe it and we guess it.
Yes,
So, for example, I'll
demonstrate.
I'll demonstrate one. So, I will not tell you the word. I want you to guess it. It's a piece of furniture. In this case, it's not the common shape. It's an unusual shape, but it's a kind of wooden piece of furniture with 4 legs, usually.
Round table conference.
Table, yes, table was my word. Table.
Table.
We're going in a minute, so I want you to do national. National. Now, there are lots of words that collocate with national, so give me the strongest ones that you can find.
National, I think it can be leader.
National leader. Yeah, that's one. Maybe not a very strong one, but it's quite strong. That's good. So let's find the strongest word pairs with national.
Congress.
Congress, conference, yes.
Representative.
Representative. Yep. Okay. So that's it. I'm going to do some more speaking now with taboo. So I'll end this one. Thanks for coming. I'll bookmark it because it's good text, and so I'll bookmark this so that next time we read it, the link will take you straight into the bookmark place, and then we can continue reading about Gandhi, the great Mahatma Gandhi. Okay, see you soon.
Okay, guys.
Okay,
Thank you.
see you soon.